Okay, super. So I'm going to kick it off here now. So welcome everybody to the Codec DSS webinar for Dynamics CRM 2013. So this is just going to be a brief overview of the changes and updates in 2013. I'm only going to touch on a few things. We've only got half an hour and there's loads of stuff out there, but I've picked out a few things for today. We are planning on running more webinars in the future, so if you don't see what you want today, please keep an eye out and register for them in the future. Okay, so I'm just going to spin through the agenda here. So first off, I'm going to go through the navigation overview. The navigation is the most significant change, I think, for the user in this version of Dynamics. So I'm going to go through a few of the different ways of how you actually now navigate through the tool. And then I'm going to go into some of the social integration. So I don't know if a lot of people know out there, but Microsoft has started to heavily invest in the social side of the enterprise. So they've bought up Yammer, and this time around they've really integrated Yammer into Dynamics 2013. So I'm going to just show you a little bit about that. So if you don't know about it, I will explain a little bit about it. Then I'm going to show you the mobile client. Again, Microsoft have invested hugely in developing an app for the Dynamics, and it's across all platforms. So I'll just show you a few screenshots. Unfortunately, I won't be able to download on the webinar. I can't actually bring the app in, but I'll still give you a flavour of how it looks across on the iPad, on Windows 8, and on the phone as well. And finally, I'm just going to go through the business processes, because that's changed significantly as well. And it's more visual for the user to see where they are within a process, whether it be in an opportunity or in a case. And then I'll open up the floor to some questions if you have any. So let's just move on. So starting off here, the number one obstacle to success for a CRM solution is user adoption. I'm sure most of you out there agree with me on that one, that the tool may be fantastic, but trying to get users to use it in the right way is the hardest part. So Microsoft in this version have decided that the way they've designed it is to try and make people use it a lot easier. So the first thing they've looked at is the simplicity of it. So they're focusing on essential things that are on the screen. So you're not bombarded with a lot of icons and you don't know what to do with them or how to use them. Your essential functionality is there, quick and easy to use. So again, that leads on to being usable. It's a lot more easy, it's a lot user-friendly, the UI is a lot better. There's quick ways to create records that aren't tedious and long, and then modern. It also looks a lot slicker, and again, that kind of helps with user adoption, because they like what they see and they think it's a cool tool. And finally, it's a lot faster. So better performance, and it's everything about it, it screams a lot faster. So the three main application views that we have are, this is what the dashboard now will look like. So again, you can see the ribbon along the top, then we've got that ribbon consistently. Now we've got the entity grid view, all your records there, and then eventually the form. So I'll go into these in more detail now. So just looking at how to navigate around CRM 2013. If you click on the top there or hover over it, you don't even need to click it. If you just hover over Microsoft Dynamics CRM, it brings down this bar, which you can see at the bottom, and it has all your different modules there. So you can easily navigate to sales, services, and marketing, whatever you need to get into. Then it will open up, say if we were in, let's say we're in sales. So if we click on sales, it'll allow us to get us to any entity that's related to sales. So we can quickly get into our accounts. And then also by hovering over the chevron at the side of the account, but it'll arrow on the way down, you can actually see your most recently viewed records. So again, really quick and easy to get to your most used records or what you need to work on, very fast. So again, if you, at the top, say if we're an opportunities entity and that little arrow on the way down, again, it will bring us into our most recently viewed records. So the other thing I wanted to point out, you notice that once it pops down, you get to see everything and it disappears again. So that leaves your screen nice and free, and there's nothing sitting there. So that's really nice, great. So the other thing now, I personally am really excited about, because it makes my life a lot easier, is the quick create feature. So that there ribbon along the top is always there no matter what view you're in, and that quick create button is there. So if you just click on that, it gives you the option to create any record that you want, whether it be an activity, account, a case, a competitor. So quickly on the go, and as you see down the bottom there, it just has minimum information, and you can decide as whatever way your business needs to use it, of what information needs to be captured quickly. So people on the fly can really get a case in fast, they can get an account created or a contact. So the structure of the form that we're going to see here now, this is how it's changed. At the very top, we've got the most important information. You've got whether it's a referral, and you can change these around. So what your company feels is the most important information should go on top there. The name of it, and also here we've got the business process. As you can see, that kind of visual moving along to see whether you're in qualify or develop, etc. And down the side then we've got the summary, and that's the primary information with this. In the middle we've got a great thing, the posts. So this will show any activities that we have within for the record. And eventually then we have over the side secondary information, so your stakeholders, your competitors, etc. So that's just to show, and you don't need to scroll up or down or anything to see all that information. That's just there straight away. So then looking back to 2011, this is what you used to have, the ribbon bar now versus the command bar. So the ribbon bar, as you can see every action that you might need to take, and it looks a little bit cluttered. And down the bottom here you'll see that we have 2013. So a lot more slicker, and it will only ever have up to 7 actions available. Anything else after that will be on that ellipsis button. If you just see them 3 dots, if you click on that, and it hides everything else that you may not need. So that's really handy. So it doesn't actually overwhelm the user at all. So then again, the navigation pane versus the navigation bar. So what we used to always have in place down the side in 2011 was that navigation bar. So it took up real estate on the screen. And now, as I said earlier on, that disappears. You just hover over it and it disappears. So that's really great. Again, let's have a look back to 2011. That's what a screen would look like in 2011. So as you can see, there's a lot taken up already by the navigation bar and the ribbon along the top. And it's not as quick and easy to read. And this is what it looks like in 2013. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. You get really valuable information very quickly. You can determine where you want to look on that. So again, you can see Bing and Maps integrated in there, so it's quite visual too. Okay, so now I'm just going to swap over into a demo of the navigation. Just give me a minute. Okay, so here we are in 2013, and what you have here along the top, as you can see, if I just hover my mouse over that, you're able to, as I showed earlier, just quickly get into each one of them modules. So let's click on the sales. The sales module always defaults to an activity dashboard, which is great because this here is where you can see everything at a glance that's happening. You can see here it's kind of the more social aspect. We'll be looking at Yammer, this integrated into Yammer. So you can see everything that's been happening. You get a bit of the photos, so it's more personal. The sales pipelines there, you can drill down into that very easily. And again, there's more charts. And again, of course, this can be customized to whatever way you want it to look and feel like for your organization. Now, from here, I'm going to go into the sales. So I can go to my dashboards. Again, just showing you that recently viewed. Just that little arrow down gives me the recently viewed. And I'm going to go into an account. Okay, so here's your account entity view. And I'm going to go into one here and show you how the new form looks. So this is the form we're looking at. As you can see, we've got all the important information at the top, and down the side we have address and everything, and that will integrate into Bing Maps. So we just look in there a little bit for me. And again, anything that's been happening in relation to this account, activities and any notes will pop up in the middle. So it's a really quick and easy way to see what's happening. You know, is there any cases, any opportunities that are associated with this account? And I'm just going to click on Bing Maps and see if it brings it out. Yes, so you can see there that Bing Maps is going, and it will show you your directions, and you can get directions in your car to that as well. So that's a really nice, cool feature, I reckon. Okay, so let's just go back here. Okay, so the next part I want to talk about is Yammer, Skype, and Link, and that social integration piece. that has been embedded in Dynamics 2013. So I'm not going to give you any slides on this. I thought it was best just to show you what it looks like, just what Yammer's like. So if anyone who doesn't know what Yammer's like, quick overview. It's kind of like Facebook for the enterprise. It's an informal way to send information and have conversations with colleagues and able to collaborate. So you're able to send documents, have polls, and it's really quick. Instead of sending emails about accounts and that, it's really quick and easy to do that. I've used it before and I'll use it internally in here, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So quickly going to move into Yammer. So this is Dynamics 2013 with Yammer integrated. As you can see, the same activity sales dashboard comes up, but instead of just the activities that are posted, we've actually got this integration of Yammer. And we can see that there's conversations going on. We can see that there's templates being uploaded, telling everybody in the organization that they're to use this going forward. Some decks, and again, you can reply on a thread. So you can see here, Tom said, in one of his opportunities that there's no movement. I can jump in and say, okay, I'll look after it. I'm going out to there. And that's, it's really quick. There's no email, and at a glance, everybody can see that I'm on the case with that. So just to show you Yammer itself, if you've never seen it, thought it might just be interesting. This is what it looks like, and you can kind of agree, it does look a little bit like Facebook. So most people, social enterprise is moving in that way. Most people in their daily lives are using the likes of Facebook, and they're trying to bring that way of working into the enterprise environment. And it's really handy. Again, you can see there what they're talking about, and we can have different groups, sales and finance, and you can see what's happening in there. Okay, so that's Yammer for you, and I'm just going to show you really quickly here now the Skype integration. So I'm just going to go to an account here. I'm going to go to Matter Private. So here we have the Matter Private. And as you can see over here, we've got our primary contact and we've got their phone number. And again, see the Bing map coming up, which is quite good. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to ask me, do I want to open a Skype application? I'm going to allow that to happen. Okay. So as you can see in the background, it has already opened Skype, and that's going to do a call for me. So that you don't even have to go out of CRM to make a phone call. It automatically pops into Skype, makes your phone call. So on the go, that's really quick and easy to do. Also, you'll notice as I clicked on the phone, it's asking me to create an activity. So it's automatically creating an activity. So I'm going to put in no answer. Okay, and I can say I left a voicemail. And really quickly now, I've left a voicemail for Paul Howard to ring me back. So that's kind of the integration. Link is there as well. If you have any of your own users, you can quickly see whether the presence is, if they're online or not, so you can quickly contact them around a deal that you may both be working on. Okay, so I'm going to pop back here to the presentation. And again, if there's any questions, I'm going to open up to questions at the end, so please take note of them. Okay, so the next one we're going to go into is CRM on the go, which is the mobile application. So I can't demo it here, unfortunately. I do have the application on the Surface, but it's just not showing on the webinar, which is a real shame. But I do have some slides just to show you the look and feel of it. So if we go, it's available actually, sorry, the Dynamics app is available on Windows 8, Windows Phone, iPad, iPhone, and Android phone at the moment, but it is due to come out for Android for the other devices very shortly. So again, it doesn't matter what you're using, it's still available, and it all looks the same, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. That doesn't matter if you're on an iPad or a Surface, it still looks the same. It's the same look and feel. So here we have the iPad. This is just some screenshots of it. So as you can see there, you get your photos in there. It makes it really, unique and a kind of personal to you. And some more, and then you see you can have this dashboard. So the dashboard allows you to have charts and any sort of visuals there. You've got your accounts. You can customize this into any way that you want. And there's just some more of the charts. So that's what it looks like on the iPad. And you'll notice now when I show you Windows 8, it looks the exact same. So here's the iPhone. just a few screenshots of how it looks on the iPhone. And you'll notice now in the next one, it looks the same as the Windows Phone, pretty much. It has the same kind of look and feel. There's just what it looks like on the phone. So as you can see, this is going to be really useful for any of your anybody who's out and about on the road. They can get access to all the information that they need on their phone really quickly in the same way that, and it will update automatically into CRM. So it's great for capturing data on the fly. So here's the Windows 8 app. So this is just, as you can see, the exact same as the iPad. There's no difference. So it doesn't matter what device you're using, you're still going to get the same look and feel. And there's just a, drilling down into some of the charts. Okay, so I can't give the demo of the CRM app, unfortunately, because it's not coming up on the webinar, which is a real shame. So next I'm going to jump into business processes. So business processes are, as it says here, a bit of a recipe, a step-by-step guide of what you need to do to get into the next stage for, say, let's say an opportunity. So it's kind of a roadmap, and what's great about this in Dynamics 2013, it's very visual. So people at a quick glance can see where they are and what they need to do to move it on. So it's constantly moving on opportunities. So I'm going to do a quick demo here of the sales process. Okay, so this is my open leads. This is just some sample data, but it's great for just demonstrating how we move through from a lead into an opportunity. So as you can see here, this is what I'm talking about, this business process, the ribbon that runs across the opportunity to show you where you are in the stage, in your sales stage. So at the moment we're at qualify. And what it does down here is you can actually customize your business process to this. Everything is customizable. So at the moment we have certain criteria that we would like to collect before moving it on to the next phase. So here we can see, we can say if it's an existing, if Robin counts as an existing contact, and again we can look there, see, isn't it existing count? We're going to say this. I'm going to look up some records here. And we're going to put it in there. Sorry. Okay, and again, purchase time frame. This is all really important information that you would want to qualify an opportunity. Again, you can decide which one it is. You can put in your estimated budget, say 5,000. Have we identified the key decision maker, and capture a summary. So you'd want to put in something about the opportunity there, you know, what's it for, is it a quote, etc. Okay, so we have all that information now. I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to qualify this into an opportunity. So now, as you can see, it's changed from a lead into an opportunity, and it's moved on in the process. So now we get a second set of instructions for the develop stage. You know, what do we need here now before we can move it on to the next stage in the opportunity? And it's, as you can see, it actually grabs all the information from the lead entity and moves it into the opportunity. So we're not losing any information between the two. So I'm going to quickly say, I've done all this, and we're going to move on. But I just want to show you here really quickly that you can actually switch a process. So you can have more than one sales process, depending on maybe what exactly you're selling. Certain products may have a different sales process, more longer or shorter. So what I've done here is I've created a second process. So I've created a quote process, and I've decided that this actually is just a quote. So I'm going to quickly swap over. And as you can see here, it's actually changed. It's changed what's needed. It's changed how many stages there are, or what the stages are called. And that was really fast, and you can swap between the two. So it's easy for your users to decide, okay, I don't need all that information for this opportunity because it's not actually, you know, it doesn't need all them different stages, doesn't need proposals. I actually just need to know how much it's worth. So I'm going to put in here, sorry, 3,707. And I'm going to move it on to the next stage. And we have the decision maker, the proposed solution. I can put in, say, put in whatever I need there. And then I can move it on to the next stage really quickly and put in an actual close date. So that's a very different process to the other one, which would have taken a lot more steps and would have went through a lot more barriers to get to. So that's just a quick run over of the business process.
Okay, so I know I didn't go into a lot of detail there, but again, this is only a 30-minute webinar, so of course there's loads of other stuff that I can show you, and as I said before, we will be doing other webinars, so keep an eye out for them. So the next steps after this webinar, or you can give us a call here in Codec DSS and arrange a consultation on your CRM requirements. You can start talking to some of your stakeholders in your business and see what success looks like for them. And then you can discuss your action plans with us and start transforming your business. So I'd like to thank everybody for listening in today. I'm Laura Gracie and I'm the Microsoft Dynamics Pre-Sales Consultant here in Codec DSS. My number and my email address are on the screen, so if you need to get in contact and if you have any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much, and remember, listen out or watch out for some more webinars that will be coming soon. Thank you.